Welcome to Atlantic Television Network Society Watch. This is a program where we ventilate societal issues, give them aggregate attention with a view to provide solutions that will benefit humanity. On today's Society Watch, we'll be discussing numbers of issues, starting from Rivers State. NSCDC discover illegal crude oil refining site. On FCT, bandit struck community kidnapped 5. On drug trafficking, NDLN nabbed 3 cartel members in massive heroin bust. On economy, unemployment rate raises by 0.8% in Q3 2023. That's from NBS. These are the issues we'll be looking at today. You can join us on all our media platforms. Vision Network, Instagram and TikTok, Atlantic TV Network 1, X Atlantic TV Net. You can also watch us live on our website, atlanticnetwork.tv. When we return from this short break, I will introduce my guests for today's show. Do stay with us.
Every day, our lives are changed by history.
We are one people, all of us.
Leaders, politics,
Nobody's ambition is what's the blood.
I have fought very firmly.
natural occurrence, war, and the world economy.
I belong to everybody and I belong to nobody.
ATN covers it all on ATN Politics today.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Society Watch on Atlantic Television Network. And joining me this afternoon on this program is a security expert. I'm talking about Ijonoma Mpon Amon. Welcome on this show.
Oh, thank you, my sister Immaculate Erikana. You know, the name Erikana is familiar because it's an old house name. So I like pronouncing Erikana than Immaculate. But nice having me.
Heard me while you look good. Or should I say Happy New Year?
Thank you.
Welcome. All right, let's look at our first story for today from Rivers State. The Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps Anti-Vandal Squad in Rivers State recovered an illegal crude oil refining site in Adobe Akwa, Eche local government area. Acting on the tip-off, they found the site deep in the forest, about 6 to 7 kilometers from the main town. The suspect had connected pipes to the well-headed, diverting the crude oil to their illegal refinery. Upon the arrival of the security personnel, the suspects flee, abandoning the site. The NSCDC is conducting an investigation to apprehend the culprit. The commandant emphasized their commitment to combating illegal activities involving petroleum products and urged the public to provide actionable intelligence to aid in the arrest of economic saboteur. Well, first of all, we'll say well done to the security operatives. It shows that indeed that they're actually working. But will you say that the discovery of these illegal refining is the activities increasing these people's job? What exactly is going
on? There is nothing to appreciate the security operatives on the discovery of illegal refinery. It will, let me sound this way so that people will also understand where all this is coming from. It will not stop because as Niger Delta people, we believe that we have been marginalized for a long period of time, and that it is the crude oil that is being taken from our soil they are using to feed the entire nation, whereas every other state are not also bringing their own quota revenue to the table so that they can also, added it up to share it among every other state. So it's not as if the refinery they are discovering today are new things. There are still numerous for them to find, and they will soon get tired because the more you discover one, people will open more. The solution, we should be talking about solution to the problem, not to keep discovering illegal refinery camps and all that. It's not a new news. It's an old news. I don't want to dip into it because we have to discuss about it, because as a Niger Delta, some of us who are not involved into those illegal refinery business, we believe that the damages accrue from that illegal refinery causing to our people is more than the benefits that accrue from it. That is the only area you see that some of us who are criticizing or appealing to our people to stop. Otherwise, discovering those illegal refinery camps are not the problem, are not the solution, I mean to say, to the problem of oil theft in Niger Delta. And I can assure the civil defense it will continue. If they like, they will discover it more than 100 million times.
Okay, so are you saying that, because you're saying that there is nothing to appreciate them about, are you saying that the NSCDC has not identified any potential link between these illegal activities and the larger criminal network?
Oh, I'm not too prepared to handle it. When I mean not too prepared is because I'm not with some evidence to prove here. I would have said that before you see them bring this to the general public notice, is either maybe there are disagreement between the owner of the camps and that team, either issue of settlement and all that. I don't want to dip into it because I don't have a concrete evidence today so that I can give it, but I know that something of that nature has been happening. It always be when there is issue between the civil. You also observe what happened when Wike was the governor in Rivers State. There, the camp that the civil defense. Is it the military that discovered in Ogbogoro and the civil defense were there? You saw the drama in that place and all that. So that is why I said there is nothing to appreciate them about it. It is there. It is a normal thing in the Niger Delta. An average people are doing bunkering. They are into bunkering in the Niger Delta. So the question is, how do we solve the problem? Not to discover the camps, because it will continue. It is that is why if you are a member of Ijaw Youth Council, you will see that our logo stated that we are going to control our resources by any means necessary.
Okay. Let me. One thing has always been bothering me, because anytime we get to see a story like this where security operatives have discovered illegal oil and illegal bunkering and all that, the next step is to destroy. I mean, this is the oil that we are all fighting for. It means that it's a treasure. So why do you destroy treasure? Is there no another way of like channeling this thing, channeling it to the appropriate authority? If indeed you said this is illegal, why not take it to the appropriate authority for it to be well refined for the purpose of economic sustainability? So why do they keep destroying these sites? Why do they keep destroying, setting the place ablaze and all that? Is that a way out?
Mrs. Erikanasi, let me use one domestic example to put an end to this argument of civil defense and illegal refinery. It's just like you have a wife that is married legally, and she has put to bed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and the family members and everybody are complaining. It's enough. Can you stop? You keep saying, can you stop? The next month, she's pregnant again. Oh, we saw her tummy is big. She's pregnant. Oh. Instead of taking her to the hospital with the husband for family planning, so that she won't get pregnant again, knowing so well that if she met with the husband, a legal husband, she will get pregnant. You keep saying that, last month we saw her with another pregnant, or after 9 months we saw her with another pregnant. Can that stop the lady from getting pregnant? You cannot stop the bunkering in the Niger Delta when our sentiment is that we need to control our resources by every means necessary. We appeal, we have write several memorandums to the federal government that they should give a license to a local refinery, privatize it, allow these people to produce the oil and give it to government. You don't sell it to individuals. You don't sell it to private investors. Our proposal aimed at give the license for illegal refinery. When the people produce it, they will give it to federal government. It is the same federal government that will buy it and now give it back to the society. You want to stop it. How will you stop something that is coming from our soil? Did you stop the production of mining in the northern part of the country? You have not. So it's a sentimental political issue in Nigeria that they have to bring security. That notwithstanding, look, another case, when we have a case of OD between some bad eggs in OD, you saw how the military, rough handled the OD people. Look at what is happening in Otuama recently. One person, according to the military, one person is the person who they are targeting, and now they are going for another person. Why are they just being specialized or personalized issue that have to do with illegal bunkering in the Niger Delta without providing solution to it? Provide solution and leave discovering.
So that's to say that there is no need for any level of coordination with other security agencies.
For me, they are wasting time.
So to be able to combat this.
For me, even the security people know that they are playing politics with it.
But do you see realization, a manifestation of this model refinery?
Oh, it's very simple something. I don't know whether you have been. You can display it on your screen so that the public will also watch it. You see that our people have that local technology idea on how to make a mini refinery. They will produce diesel, fuel, and kerosene. If they can produce fuel, kerosene, and diesel, what is the difference? When you go to NNPC and get this product, just check the differences. It means the final stage is where you can now see the difference between the local refinery and that of the standard refinery. So our concern is license this refinery. It will not become a theft again. When you are stealing, everything about you is stealing. But when whatever you are doing is legal, you always want to provide more solution for improvement. They should encourage these people to improve. Privatize it. Allow people to do it. If you go to India today, you see that in Nigeria, work of 1-2 person will do, like 20 person who wants to do it. divisions of labor. You just see a lot of people wants to do something and you decentralize the money. What is it about? When you discover the place, you burn it. We are not worried about that. The oil is still going back to our soil now. Maybe after some years, we will still go back to it. So it's even better. They should continue. That's me. Oh. I'm angry about it. I'm angry about it. For how long can they provide solution to it? The reason why the thing is even limited in our place is because some of our people has finally come to realization that the illegal refinery they are doing it is killing our ecosystem. We can't get fish, we can't get isam, which is premicul, we can't get kokul. All those seafood we used to get in our place is very scarce now and very expensive. And that is due to the causes of these illegal refinery, because the crude oil are killing all those natural inhabitants of all those things that God just give us naturally. That is just it. So we are angry with this approach. This approach cannot take Nigeria to anywhere.
But do you think if those behind this illegal oil refining come also speak that the government will do something? Because so far they've been talking about they're doing investigation, like I stated before, but no arrest has been made. I mean, we don't even know the people behind it.
Who do you need now? How do you expect somebody that is drug addicted to come and talk to a drug law enforcement agency to come and rehabilitate he or she? It is people who are normal that will speak on their behalf. We that are not doing the bunkering, we are speaking on their behalf. It means that we do communicate with these people. These people are not ghosts. They are our brothers and our sisters. So we do share our own sentiment with them and also get their feedback again. And that is what we are feeding the federal government. This is what we feel it is necessary. Remember that when the issue of insecurity in Niger Delta, it was not those in the creek that went to negotiate with the federal government for their amnesty. It was those in the street who are not carrying arms are the one that went to discuss with them and assure the federal government, look, we will talk to them. They are our brothers. We will talk to them to surrender their arms. Why not apply the same principle here?
But don't you think, Kon, don't you think that the government is a kind of giving a throwing a deaf ear because these people are still into the system? They are talking about modern refinery. Don't you think that if they leave these activities, stop this illegal refining, and then go to government and say, okay, we know how to do this thing locally, help us to do it in a professional way, that the government will do something about?
It's part of the proposal. And when I make mention of local refinery, what do you think I am talking about? I'm talking about modular refinery. Government will come, when you set it as a business, then the former vice president of Nigeria agree with the Niger Delta youths. I'm talking about Osibanjo. They agree on some level of loan that the federal government will give whoever that applied for. You will build, they will come and assess it. If it is up to the standard, at that local standard, they will approve it for you.
Okay. Then
you can start your production. And the new government came and they dropped the idea one side, and we are expecting to end the menace. It's just like an issue of kidnapping every day and all that. You refuse to go to address the main issue. It is only when they kidnap or they kill people will not raise alarm. They have killed people in so-so place. They have kidnapped people so-so place. Why not set those rules, those methods, those principles, things that will stop or eradicate this crime from our society? We should have a working system. A working system is what we need. They are playing politics with security when it has to do with oil and all that, especially when it has to do with the Niger Delta. So why do they license the finding of mines in the north?
Let me understand something. Just make it make sense to me. I want to understand this. Who exactly is really fighting this illegal oil? Because sometimes last month, I think 2 months ago, I went to Bayelsa, and then on our way we saw a tanker that was set-abless. And of course we know that a man that has not been able to feed her family, his family, cannot, buy that kind of oil. A man that has not being able to put food on the table cannot buy that kind of oil. So who exactly is fighting? I mean, who are the people buying? Who are the people buying this refining illegal oil that has been refined? And then who are those fighting them?
You already have the answer, Mrs. Erikana. Who are those people buying these products?
These illegal products.
This product is you that is calling illegal product. We the Niger Delta.
Based on what we have here now.
We the Niger Delta call it product. It is our right. It is our bed right. Those things are taken from our place. It is our right. So those who are buying it are you and me, because they are selling it to filling stations. You buy it from filling station, you buy kerosene in filling station, you buy fuel in the filling station, you buy diesel in the filling station. So it is the marketer that buy it from them. Marketers buy it from them. Whereas, remember, the price of buying a liters of diesel, fuel, and kerosene from these local refineries are lesser than the official price selling in the field naturally. So if they think that they want to endanger our people, that will later turn to become a success to our people in that land. That place has turned to black charcoal, because that is the spot where any illegal tanker
is being burnt.
Being caught by anybody, they will take to that place and burn it. And you are bonding it with those products. It's either it sink or it dissolve to the air. Then you have already polluted the place. Later, we'll now talk about the cleanup of the environment. So who will clean that environment? Is it the police, the civil defense, or the army that is burning those tankers that will come and clean the environment?
Well,
why not take this thing to also NNPC or other refinery? When you caught them, we should have also made the law. When you get it from them, it's either you take it to the refinery so that the people will refine it to become the good product to be used. Or to not become, according to them, the legal product to be used or to be bought, rather than burning it. Is that not wickedness? Our people used to say that you want to, in cause of solving problem, you are creating more problem. How would they want to solve problem in Niger Delta end up in creating more problems?
Well, we hope that as many that are listening to us and watching us right now, that they will do the needful. Think about it when you get these products. Why setting it ablaze instead of taking it to NPC or any other company for a better way of refining? Why destroying the products that we are complaining that there is no, we are complaining no employment and all of those things. Then why destroying that one? Why not take it to do it appropriately? Let's look that were among those kidnapped were beaten by the kidnappers. She is currently at the hospital receiving treatment. Well, one of them has been found, which is a little boy. But my concern about this story is it that because the issue of kidnapping now in our country is alarming. Is it that these people have now overshadowed security operatives? What exactly is going on? Is it that our security operatives do not have what it takes to fight them? Or are they not just paying attention? Do we really have to wait for a place to be flooded before we look for how to channel the water? Why can't we look for solution first? So what exactly is going on here?
Quite interesting. Quite interesting. How do you expect a country like Nigeria not to have issue of insecurity? What are the causes, by research, what are the causes of insecurity in any nation? Lack of job, unemployment, ethnicity, marginalization, mentioned but few. But in the case of Nigeria, when there is hunger, do you know the worst in Nigeria? You know, we are the one that keep giving a room for criminality in Nigeria. Presently now, if you go to bank, it's difficult for you to cash 20,000 naira at the counter. Whether corporate account or individual account, the means of withdrawing 20,000 naira and above in bank is impossible in Nigeria. But when you go to the streets to meet all those POS dealers in the street, you can even get 1 million. Bank is encouraging money laundering. If bank is encouraging money laundering, showing to the people that those who are operating POS have more cash available than bank, you have already diverted the attention of the criminals to those people who are harmless in the street, those who doesn't have security, unlike the way bank do have security, those who doesn't have protection. I'm just trying to open your eyes in a black market. Dollar is less than I think it was 1,000 what? 1,000 dollar against to 1,800 in this country.
Yes.
Now it's less than 1,000. That is about 900 and something. But the cost of price of things, commodity in the market remains stagnant. And you are expecting people not to be angry. So people want to get the money by all means. People want to eat. I don't know about you, but every day I wake up, you won't believe that 3 days now we have not eaten anything. You see people speaking from their soul.
All right. This is Society Watch on Atlantic Television Network. We'll just go on a very short break. And when we return, we'll look at this story again before we move to the next story for today. Do stay with us.
Every day, our lives are changed by history.
We are one people, all of us.
Leaders, politics,
Nobody's ambition is what's the blood.
I have fought very firmly.
natural occurrence, war, and the world economy.
I belong to everybody, and I belong to nobody.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Society Watch on Atlantic Television Network. And before we went on the short break, we were handling the issues of insecurity in our country. In FCT, bandits struck Desu, a suburb of Federal Capital Territory in Bari Area Council, kidnapping at least 5 individuals on Saturday night. And Ijonoma, you talked about people are hungry. That is why a lot of persons have now taken kidnapping as an institute, as a way of getting bread on their table, feeding themselves. Do people really have to inflict pain on others in order for them to feed? Do they have to inflict pain on others in order for them to survive? Remember that we are all in this together. This is Nigeria. What is happening to Mr. A is also happening to B. I know a lot of persons will be like, oh, all fingers are not equal. Some persons will be like, no, there are some persons in this country that don't even know what is going on. Yes, we know that. But what about you and me on the street that is trying to survive? Do I have to feed?
As much as I know that you are a Christian, I don't want you to also walk away from what the Bible has said. Remember that the Bible says time will come. We also read a story in the Bible when mother feed on a child. The Bible let us to understand that a sign that it is close to when God will come, when Christ will come. Nation will fight against nation. brother will fight against brother, and people will kill sons will kill. Is angry, don't reason like you and me. When you are angry, that person that is angry doesn't reason like you and me. Whatever that we are peace is reason for being angry is what that will satisfy him. He wouldn't want to listen to whatever anybody is saying. So the system of Nigeria has made a lot of people to be so angry to a point that nobody is thinking the right way.
Is that supposed to mean that the insecurity in Nigeria would never go away? Looking at the
This does not have anything to do. This does not have anything to do with security. Don't put this. We don't need to put this blame on security. Let's calculate. If the total numbers of Nigeria were up to 11 million in Nigeria, what is the total numbers of the security personnel we have in Nigeria? You cannot compare the numbers of the security personnel we have in Nigeria to the total numbers of the citizens in Nigeria. So what are we saying here? So it's not about the security. When you create job opportunity, a lot of people will be out. A lot of people will be busy. So you have limited the numbers of people who want to indulge their saving to criminality. And that is the problem we are having.
All right, let's see what happened. Of course, we know that our president is on tour, working out something tangible for Nigerians. So everybody's hands will be on decks in order to completely, if not somehow, eradicate this issue of insecurity in our country. And now the next story is on drugs trafficking. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency has made significant arrests and seizure related to drug trafficking across Nigeria and beyond. In Lagos, a criminal organization involved in drug trafficking was apprehended with a total of 51.90 kilograms of heroin seized. The agency also intercepted a suspect attempting to export cannabis to Oman. In Adamawa State, operative intercepted a vehicle carrying a large quantity of updid pills in Bayelsa State. 3 suspects were arrested with a seizable amount of cannabis. Similar operations were carried out in Imo, Ondo, and other states, resulting in a multiplying its war against drugs abuse, advocacy, conducting lectures and sensitization programs in various schools and communities. NDLA Chairman Brigadier General Mohammed Buba Mawa commended the efforts reduction and the criminal organization. And of course, like I wanted to say, we commend the NDLA, but I'm thinking what you said before when I said we commended the security operatives, and you were like, we are not supposed to appreciate them because they're not doing anything. Every single day of this year, we have been hearing that NDLA have arrested some suspects that are trying to get drugs across the border. Of course, so many places, South Africa, Mozambique, Europe, and better still, America. So what do you think about the operation? Are they really on their toe, or is this another thing to just make headlines and nothing is being done physically? Let me hear from you.
The agency or sector known as NDLA, I think they are basically for the arrest of all those drugs and all that. For me, it's not a new news. See, the problem of drugs insecurity in Nigeria lies on unemployment, weak parastatals and agency. When all this thing is being strengthened, naturally, all this will be limited. All this crime will just be limited. Let's use, for instance, in this office where you're working, if you have like 10 persons who are working and you have company policy, you don't take alcohol during the working hours. So, in a year, nobody that works here that tests alcohol. And let's assume the next building to you is the one that is selling alcohol. In the next one, those shop will close because nobody buy it. So your operation here, your policy here is affecting another business. When we have a policy that checkmate this, automatically, in short, nobody works a good job that take drugs, especially all these hard drugs. Except where we find people, you know, in other country, people always associated with drugs are those people in wrestling, people doing music and all that. These are the people always, you know, being found associated with drugs and all that, because their system is working. When you are working, you don't associate with crime. When you are working, you don't associate with crime. How many person here that is working that want to steal any property here? Because you are working. The cameraman believe that even if I don't have this camera, if I am a professional, other people will engage me. So you don't even have a mindset of one day stealing any property.
Do you think these laws actually impact the overall fight against drug trafficking in Nigeria?
Oh, we are not doing anything. In as much as I am concerned, see, my solution is we strengthen all those arms and the ministries. If now Nigeria, the NDLS start moving around community by community to check compounds that planted all these, especially India hems and the rest, go to shop. I think there's one time Nigeria stopped because of a lot of people take this for these rat drugs and mosquito drugs that kill a lot of people, sniper. Immediately they stopped the importation of sniper. How many days now have you read on the news that somebody, you know, take a sniper and kill his or herself? Nigeria also stopped the sale of tramadol and other smaller hard drug in the chemist. For you to go to any pharmacy to get either tramadol or any other hard drug, you must have a written note from a medical doctor and what for, and the millage. Medically, they have arrested that situation in Nigeria. So what stopped them from, you know, checkmating how the drugs come into Nigeria? Are we producing drugs in Nigeria? Why not go to stop it? Are we importing drugs to Nigeria? Why not stop it? Strengthen the parastatals, the agency, and the ministries. All these things will reduce. Give employment. Okay, for instance, in Rivers State. That is why sometimes I don't want to talk about the issue of politics. In Rivers State, you claim that we need to employ people in Rivers State. Why bringing it to the general notice without implementation? Employ people, the number will reduce. The same numbers of the people who are going around for Thanksgiving, if the other group of people too want to do Thanksgiving, it's the same people that you will see, because there is no job. You want to solve problem, you are creating more problems.
All right, let's look at the last story for today. And of course, we know that you are here to provide solutions, so they are watching and listening. So definitely, we hope that they will do the needful. The last for today is on economy. The challenging economic condition in Nigeria has prompted a shift in traditional gender roles, with more women entering professions previously dominated by men. Women are now taking up jobs like masonry, screening, carpentry, and others to support their families. Despite facing initial skepticism and challenges, women like Mrs. Sarah Opaloka, Mrs. Betri Ipamam are excelling in their field. Factors such as unemployment reduce a patronage in traditional female-dominated professions, and the need to cut costs and driving this trend. The National Bureau of Statistics reported a higher unemployment rate among women compared to men overall. Women are stereotyped and demonstrate capacities in diverse professional fields. It's the perception that women are made for the kitchen. And it seems today's hardship has driven women into occupation ordinary meant for men. So just to survive, all right? Do you think that there could be a long-term implication of this trend for gender equality and economic stability?
I think where we have gone above talking about gender equality. We are talking about survival of the fittest. We are talking about individuals surviving in our nation. That is what we are talking about.
But first of all, do you align with the fact that women are no longer made for the kitchen?
Oh, I have been campaigning for women as if I want to become a woman. Permit me to say, of course, it's on social media. There are some people who claim to be women, whereas they are men, according to some stories and all that. I don't want to be that. But I speak for women because later I understand when I become a father, the importance of female child and male child. See, there is no work that is meant for men, and there is no work that is meant for female. It's unfortunate that our nation or our country or our tradition makes it in a way that some of the work is prohibited for women. But the era where we find ourselves are justified that there is no work specifically meant for one sex. The way female are painting, screening, doing other medicine work, that is how men today are plaiting women hair, making hair, fix lashes, clean manicure and all, pedicure and all that. Survivor of the fittest. That is where we find ourselves in Nigeria.
You think is the economic challenges in Nigeria that has actually make women to do that, or do you think that this is what it ought to be according to you?
Well, I don't want to go that angle. I want you to understand the developed country. You know, when everybody are busy, it is easy for the nation to be fast in development. What is happening in Nigeria today? We are fighting against hardship and all that. Believe me that if we continue like this, in the next 10 years to 20 years, Nigeria will be one of the best developing country in the world. Because when everybody has self-employed, it means everybody are busy. Let me use a very small environment for an example. If you go to Lagos, those computer market that I've been to is busy than my one market. You know, normally on the road, if he hits a lady in a wrong place, she will react. A wrong place, such like he touched the woman breast or the butt, the woman will definitely want to react. But when you go to this marketplace, no matter how you hit woman, nobody turn to even look at you because they are busy. They are for their money. They are not for their body. They are for their money. But when you go to places that is very empty, even if you touch a mad person, the mad person will react because he's lazy. A busy man is always a busy man. He goes after his target and goal. The problem we are facing in Nigeria today that makes the female to fall into every sectors of life in Nigeria is a sign of new era in Nigeria, when women will not be solely depend on men and men will not also be solely depend on women. Everybody will want to put food to ease or at table. Today, in the Western world, nobody rates a male child to be more important than the female. And they don't even value, they don't add value in their marriage. Do you know the reason? The reason is because everybody is busy. Nobody talked about marriage. People talk about your life, how you want to survive. If you want to live 70 years on earth, how will you live a healthy life for you to live up to 90, 70 years? That is the difference between them and us. And that is where Nigeria is gearing towards. Gearing towards self-recognition, self-confidence. When you are overconfident on yourself that as much as they break, I must definitely have food on my table. It will reduce crime here.
But there is this perception that what a man can do, a woman can do it better. But majority of men do not agree to that terms. And you are saying that there is no specific work or job for a woman, that a man and a woman are all supposed to do the same. So do you agree to that terms?
Oh, see, when you use that parable that our people normally use, what a man can do, a woman can do and do it much more better. It depends on the context you want to use it. But in this context, we are talking about professionalism. We are talking about career. We are talking about things to do, self-employ. You know, men too will do argue that a man will stand like this and be weighing inside the bottle and the rest. Women cannot do so. It's a different concept. We are talking about the concept of life, providing living, self-confidence, self-employed. The concept we are talking about is there is nothing man can do, woman cannot do. If woman can zinc this house, man can zinc. If man can roof this house, woman can roof. All depends on the training she has passes through.
You are saying very clear intentionally that there is no job that is meant for a man.
No, I disagree with that. No job that is specifically meant for man. Tell me now, let's make it argument. Let's make our research and make argument. In this your studio now, you have a man that is handling this camera. Train a lady in the next 3 months, they can handle the camera. If you go to churches before now, it's always men that play band. Some of these much-room churches, you will see female playing band.
Okay, so what you're saying, that means there's not supposed to be the issue of unemployment, because that means almost everybody can employ themselves.
It is issue of unemployment in Nigeria. Remember, when we talk about employment, we are basically depending on Nigeria and private sector. Remember that the concept of governance is government is to provide or render services to the society without making profits. While private, their concept in business is to make profit. That is why in government, they will give you time, they will give you leave, they will give you holiday, they will give you this, they will give you maternity leave and all that. It's not applicable to some private sector. So when we are talking about unemployment, we are saying that government should absorb an average of each citizen to the system, while others fall into self-employed and private sector. By the time you have the total citizen of Nigeria of 100, and 75% are working either in the government parastatal, private sector, or self-employed, automatically you will reduce crime. But what we have in Nigeria now,